Hi there, my name is Adam Flynn, and in today's video we will be covering the new agency dashboard available in our EasyWriter Pro system. As you can see, we are currently logged into our EasyWriter Pro 2016 system, but the dashboard will be available for each EasyWriter Pro going forward. To utilize the agency dashboard, simply using your same username and password, log into EasyWriter Pro, where your agency dashboard will be now your first screen you will see. For training purposes, I did want to start from our old EasyWriter Pro system screen to show how you can manually pull up the dashboard if need be. To do so, simply click on the file and located in the upper left corner, and you will see on the second line, Agency Dashboard. Simply click on here and the agency dashboard screen will appear on your computer screen. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at our new EasyWriter Pro dashboard. As you can see, what we have done is taken the most important information that our agents use on a day-to-day basis, and we've broken it down into 4 easy-to-read quadrants. Each quadrant represents a different set of data to include claims, premium, our key activities, which will cover acres and production, and our agent agency documents due. Later on in the video, we will break down each quadrant and its information and what is all provided to you. In addition to our 4 quadrants, we've also taken some of the most commonly used functions and links from within EasyWriter Pro and placed them here in our dashboard. Starting in the left here, you'll see we have 3 separate links: MPCI search, Hail search, and EasyQuote. By simply clicking on the link, you will notice the same MPCI policy lookup screen will appear, where you can key in your policy number, your agency code, or your insured's last name, and you will be able to pull up that policy just as if you were in our normal EasyWriter Pro screen. Similarly, our Hail search will provide you with the Hail policy lookup screen you would normally see in EasyWriter Pro. And finally, our EasyQuote link. By simply clicking here, you will be brought to our EasyQuote system, where you can run the exact same quotes as you would if you were to access EasyQuote from within EasyWriter Pro, or EWP. I'm going to back out here real quick. And you'll notice on the same line, but on the right side, we also provided a drop-down bar titled Quick Links. Within our Quick Links, we have provided the most commonly used reports that our agents use, to include our missing APH report, missing acreage report, statement of accounts, easy mapping totals, easy mobility acreage reports, and accuracy import listing. Once any one of these reports is selected, you will be provided with the exact same search criteria you would have been provided if you would have run this report from within EasyWriter Pro. Simply key in the information you'd like to search, select print, and that data will be generated for you. We've also given you the option to hide your agency dashboard if you prefer to utilize the older EasyWriter Pro inbox screen. To do so, simply select the Do Not Show This Dashboard in the Future checkbox. Close out utilizing the X in the corner, and your dashboard will no longer generate each time you log into EasyWriter Pro going forward. If later down on the road you decide, I think I would like to utilize the dashboard again, you can again generate the dashboard manually by utilizing the file option we showed in the beginning of the video. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at each one of our quadrants. Starting with our claims, you'll immediately notice we have it broken down into 3 categories: MPCI, Hail, and named peril. You will also notice that within each 3 categories, we will have the current crop year and the 3 previous crop years applicable to your agency. Even in addition to that, we have each one of these categories broken down by new claims, simplified claims, claims in the field or claims with adjusters, claims with issues, claims that have been returned to specialist, claims with payment required, claims returned to easy adjuster, paid claims, deferred claims, and finally withdrawn claims. Now, if your agency has any claims that fall under this type for the applicable crop year, you will have a number here. And you'll see as I highlight my mouse over each number, it is a link that will provide more information based on that category. In this case, we'll take a look at the paid claims in 2015. Once I select the number 1, since there's only one claim that falls under this crop year for paid claims for this agency, we'll be brought to a new screen that'll list out that single claim. What's really great about the dashboard is that you can even further drill down into this information by double-clicking on the claim itself. So by doing so, we will then generate some further information based on just that single claim. From within this screen, we have broken it down into 4 categories: general, adjuster call log, the payment/credit information, and other information. Under general, you'll find things like the status of the claim, which in this case was paid, the loss status and the date for that, if the policy had a review on the claim, in this case there was not, the loss type, which was a harvest loss, when the notice of loss was submitted, and the ability to generate the proof of loss as in PDF form. Moving down, we also have the adjuster call log, which are notes that the adjuster will leave on the claim as different things happen, whether it be he called the insured, met with the insured, gathered signatures, whichever the case may be, you will be able to view this under the adjuster call log section. Moving down, we have the payment and credit information, which provides when the date was submitted, the check number, and the amount for the check or the indemnity. And finally, our other information, which provides the loss date, the county and crop, the cause of loss, which in this case was the excess moisture, and what was the intent for the crop. In this case, it was to be harvested. We also have the ability to move back into our dashboard or to our previous screen by selecting the back icon located in the upper left corner. Simply click once and you'll be brought back to the immediate screen you came from. So in this case, we now are back to our 2015 MPCI paid claims section. Again, we can simply select back and we will be brought back to our main screen for the dashboard. We also have given you the ability to submit a loss by simply selecting this icon here. You'll see there's also some text that will pop up when the mouse hovers over that icon, and as you can see, it reads Add Loss. Once that icon is selected, you'll notice the Loss Notice Manager appears just as if you were within EASYwriter Pro, where you can key in your policy number, the last 4 of the tax ID for your insured. However you're used to submitting a loss, you will have that same functionality from within the dashboard. We'll go ahead and back out here real quick. You'll also see we have given you the ability to search for a claim. Simply click on that icon and you'll be brought to our policy claim search screen where you can key in that claim number and then select search. You can enter the insured's name or policy number if that's what you have as far as information goes. Once you've keyed in that policy number or insured name, they will generate here in the grid below, where you can then double click and view that claim as if you were within EASYwriter Pro. Moving back, you'll also notice that within 3 of the 4 quadrants, there is the same icon, which is refresh. So in this case, it would be refresh claims data, refresh our key activities, and or refresh premium data. Now the reason I bring this to your attention is the dashboard will automatically refresh its data every 24 hours. If you would like to see up-to-date live data as policies were either edited, claims were paid, acres were keyed, you would need to manually refresh, as the dashboard will not represent that new data if something were to have changed to a policy number again, or if there were acres keyed, production keyed, a new claim was paid. The dashboard will not automatically generate immediately after those changes were made. You would need to manually refresh whichever quadrant you're trying to determine as live data. Again, the dashboard will automatically refresh every 24 hours, but it will not automatically refresh after every single change may or may not take place to a policy. So in order to always have the most live information, you will need to manually refresh. Again, if I select that icon, you will see a pop-up box will appear and it will ask you, you are about to refresh all claims summary data, which may take some time. Are you sure you want to continue? And you'll have the ability to select yes or no. If you select yes, a load bar will appear in the quadrant for which you're trying to refresh, and it'll bring up the most up-to-date information based on your agency from within EASYwriter Pro. Since I have not changed anything to any policies, I'm going to simply select no for demonstration purposes. Moving along, let's take a look at our premium quadrant, which is very similar to our claims quadrant in that we have it broken down into MPCI, hail, named peril, and then total. If we select the MPCI as with its default, you will also notice we have the current crop year followed by the 2 previous crop years as applicable to your agency. Again, similar to the claims quadrant, we then taken that data for each crop year and broken it down into premium, indemnity, loss ratio, acres, and total claims. To really understand what each one of these sets of information represents, we've also provided a little pop-up menu or pop-up explanation when the mouse hovers over each category. And you can see as I move down, a new explanation appears. So for example, the premium section represents gross premium before subsidy based on reported acres entered in EASYwriter Pro. Now what's really great about the dashboard is that same message will also appear if you were to hover your mouse over the actual data found under, let's say, the 2015 crop year. So this $1,155 represents our gross premium before subsidy based on reported acres entered into EASYwriter Pro. Again, just to show that the same thing would happen, say, if we utilize the loss ratio information, which again, if we hover our mouse, reads indemnity divided by premium expressed as a ratio in percentage. So again, if I were to hover my mouse over the 2015 data, that same explanation will appear. And again, just like we have in claims quadrant, you can view those numbers based on either your total book of business, just your named peril policies, just your hail policies, or just your MPCI policies. Again, just like we have in the claims, we also have that refresh icon, which will refresh the premium quadrant based on the most live data that's found in EASYwriter Pro. So if a new policy's acres were just keyed in, that premium will not automatically appear here unless you manually refresh. If you were to allow the dashboard to automatically refresh on its 24-hour cycle, then we would find that live premium data then. Moving along, let's take a look at our key activities quadrant, which is broken down into 2 categories, acres and production. You'll see as I select production, we have donut charts, as they're called, and our acres data, which provides 3 donut charts. The first donut chart being our acres completed in percentage. So as you can see, it reads 99.4%. So if I hover my mouse over the dark blue section of this donut chart, there is a message that reads completed, and then it gives you a number. So there's 628 policies that are acres complete, with only 4 policies that are not acres complete. Moving along, you'll also now see our CLU percent for the acres reported. And what this represents is any acre that was reported on a CLU level will be marked as CLU acres. Now this is a pretty small sliver, but maybe I can get lucky here and hover my mouse over it. Doesn't appear I will be able to. Looks like 0.02% of the acres on this agency were not reported on a CLU level. Now you'll also notice as I move my mouse closer to the text, a drop-down menu appears. By selecting that, we can select the plans that were reported on a CLU level. Plans 1 through 6, and then all plans excluding plans 1 through 6. It'll always default for you though at all plans. As you can see, plans 1 through 6 are required to be reported at a CLU level, and as we would hope to see, it now represents 100%. If we were to select plans excluding plans 0, 1 through 6, you will see our one probably single policy that was, the CLU acres that were reported on CLU, and then that one single policy most likely that was not. And again, all plans will be our default information. We also immediately below or directly below this donut chart have a drop-down menu titled All Dates. By selecting that, you can select the different applicable sales closing for which your book of business writes in. So as you can see, it automatically generates for all dates, but we can select the spring sales closing, which will adjust the data, or we can do our fall sales closing, which again will adjust our data. For demonstration purposes, we'll just go ahead and keep it on our all dates option. And finally, we have the final donut chart or pie graph for the acres reported. And what this donut chart tells you is the system for which those acres were keyed in. If we hover our mouse, you'll see that 99.09% of the acres for this agency were reported on map entry. Now you can see there's a pretty small sliver with some other systems, but it's kind of hard to determine what those slivers represent unless you hover your mouse over, and you can see some of it was accuracy, and I bet the other was quick FTF or non-mapped entry. We also provided you a key or a legend just to the right of this system pie graph. And by simply clicking this icon, it'll provide you a color-coded legend which represents each system that acres can be reported on. And it also, for this agency, provides the percent of those acres reported in that system. So we have accuracy, SIMS, SIMS prior crop, SIMS quick FTF, easy mobility, map entry, non-mapped entry, and quick FTF. Again, just as before, we have that refresh key activities data, which will refresh just this quadrant whenever something you have done to a policy or something has been done to a policy. Similarly to the acres, we also have the production, which will provide you with two different donut charts. The first one being the APH percent completed. Again, just like before, hovering our mouse over, it will give you a percent of which is completed and a small percent which is not complete. This particular agency has no current year production policy plans, but if it did, it would again give you the exact same type of donut chart, which would show you the current year production that's complete and the current year production that is not complete. And again, you'll also notice we do have the ability to select all dates for the applicable sales closing that your book of business writes for. In addition to the pie charts, you'll notice I can also click each one of these pie charts. My mouse icon changes. Now when I click anywhere on any three of these pie charts, I will be provided with a list of the acres that are not complete or have not been reported. And as you can see, it's titled pretty self-explanatory, 2016 acres required. So as you can see, these four policies have not had their acres reported on. And you'd also list the acres reporting date, the county for which those crops are not reported on, the crop itself, the policy number, and the insured's name. In addition to that, you have the ability to select the policy number itself, which will bring you to the policy as if you were in EASYwriter Pro. So I'll go ahead and select Mr. John Doe's policy as a wheat coverage that does not have acres reported. So we'll go ahead and back out of our policy number here. And we'll jump back into our agency dashboard. Again, just like before, we have the ability to select our back icon, which will bring us back to our normal EASYwriter Pro dashboard screen. And finally, we have our agency documents due. This quadrant simply provides you with the information of whether or not there is any type of documents due, which may include conflict of interest, commission schedules, if there's NPCI training required, the agent for which that document is due, the agency for which that agent belongs to, and when that document expires. That covers each function for each quadrant within our agency dashboard. Again, EASYwriter Pro will always be running in the background, and we can simply close out of our dashboard and you'll see that our EASYwriter Pro 2016 is still there. We can still manually generate our agency dashboard from within EASYwriter Pro 2016 by simply clicking on this icon. I'd like to thank you again for taking time out of your day to view this video with me. If there's any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact your marketing rep or your underwriter. And if there's any issues as far as dashboard not operating as it should be, please contact our call center. Thank you again and have a great day.